Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something that confuses so many people. Why would a man ignore a woman he truly loves? You see, love is a complex thing. It's not always about constant attention, sweet words, and endless affection. Sometimes love looks like distance. Sometimes love looks like silence. A man's love doesn't always look the way you expect it to. Many women believe that if a man truly loves them, he will always be there, calling, texting, showing affection, and making sure they never feel alone. But love doesn't always manifest in ways that feel comfortable or obvious. Sometimes love looks like distance. Sometimes love looks like silence. And that can be hard to accept. When a man ignores you, it doesn't always mean he doesn't care. In fact, it might mean the exact opposite. Men are wired differently. They don't always process emotions the way women do. While a woman might want to talk things out, express her feelings, and seek reassurance, a man might withdraw, not because he's losing interest, but because he's trying to figure things out within himself. Love is a complicated thing, and men in particular have been conditioned to handle their emotions differently. Society teaches men to be strong, to suppress vulnerability, to act as if nothing bothers them. When a man is dealing with emotions he doesn't fully understand or isn't ready to face, his natural instinct might be to pull away. That doesn't mean he loves you any less. It just means he doesn't know how to handle what he's feeling. Sometimes a man ignores a woman he loves because he's afraid. Afraid of his own emotions, afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of stepping into something deeper than he's prepared for. Love requires emotional investment, and for some men, that's terrifying. They might care about you deeply, but they don't know how to express it in a way that aligns with your expectations. Instead of expressing love through constant attention, they might express it through distance, believing that stepping back is the safest option. A man who loves you may also ignore you when he feels unworthy of your love. This is something most women don't realize. Men have insecurities just like women do, but they rarely express them out loud. If he feels like he's not enough for you, like he can't provide what he believes you deserve, he might withdraw. Instead of talking about his fears, he might create space. It's not that he doesn't care, it's that he doesn't know how to handle the weight of his own doubts. At times, a man's silence is not a reflection of his feelings for you, but rather his battle within himself. He could be dealing with personal struggles, pressures, or emotional baggage that have nothing to do with you, yet impact the way he behaves in the relationship. Some men believe that by ignoring you, they are protecting you from their problems. They don't want to bring you into their chaos, so they step away thinking that distance is a form of care. But here's the truth. If a man truly loves you, his actions will eventually show it. He may ignore you for a time. He may withdraw to deal with his emotions, but love doesn't live in uncertainty forever. A man who values you will find his way back. He will realize that love isn't about isolation, it's about connection. He will see that pushing you away isn't strength, it's fear. And a man who is ready for real love will choose to step forward, not disappear. That's why you should never chase after a man who ignores you. When you chase, you teach him that he can have you without effort. You teach him that you will always be there waiting no matter how he treats you. But you deserve more than that. You deserve someone who chooses you. Someone who sees your value and doesn't need to pull away to recognize it. A man who truly wants you will not keep you in a state of confusion. He will not make you wonder where you stand. So if he's ignoring you, let him. Let him have his space. Let him figure things out. Let him come to terms with what he wants. But in the meantime, you focus on you. You focus on your growth, your happiness, your peace. You do not sit around waiting for his attention, because the right man, the man who is truly meant for you, will never let you feel like you are chasing his love. A man's love may not always look like constant attention, but it should never look like endless confusion. A man who loves you may take time to figure out his emotions, but he will not leave you guessing forever. His love may not always be loud, but it will be clear, and when he is ready, truly ready to love you the way you deserve, he will step up. Not because you chased him, not because you begged for his attention, but because he realizes that real love is not about running, it's about staying. You are worth clarity. You are worth effort. You are worth a love that does not leave you questioning. And the man who truly loves you will make sure you never have to wonder. Silence can be misunderstood. When a man you love starts pulling away and ignoring you, your mind races to find a reason. You start to wonder if you did something wrong, if he's losing interest, or if he's trying to push you out of his life. But what if his silence isn't about you at all? What if his silence is a sign of something deeper, something he is struggling with internally? Men and women process emotions differently. While many women seek comfort in talking things out, expressing their emotions, and finding support in conversations, men often do the opposite. When faced with strong emotions, especially emotions tied to love, commitment, or deep connection, many men retreat into their own thoughts. They don't always have the words to express what they're feeling, and instead of trying to talk about it, they choose silence. This silence can be frustrating, even painful. When a man ignores you, it feels personal. It feels like rejection. But often, his silence has more to do with his own emotional struggles than with you. He may be facing doubts, fears, or insecurities that he isn't ready to put into words. Maybe he's dealing with personal pressures, work stress, financial burdens, or even questioning his own ability to commit to the relationship. Instead of talking about these things, he pulls away, believing that distance will help him sort through his emotions. Many men are taught from a young age to handle their struggles alone. They grow up hearing that real men don't show weakness, that they need to be strong, and that expressing emotions makes them vulnerable. So when a man is overwhelmed by his own feelings, he might choose to step back rather than open up. Not because he doesn't love you, but because he doesn't know how to deal with what he's feeling. At times, a man's silence is a form of protection. He might believe that by ignoring you, he is sparing you from his struggles. He may not want to burden you with his problems or fears, so he keeps them to himself. But what he doesn't realize is that his silence creates more confusion than clarity. While he thinks he's doing the right thing by keeping his struggles to himself, his distance can leave you feeling unloved and unimportant. If a man truly loves you, his silence won't last forever. He may take time to process his emotions, but he will find a way back to you. A man who cares about you will recognize that love isn't about shutting you out, it's about letting you in. But that realization has to come from within him. You cannot force him to talk. You cannot beg for his attention. You cannot chase after him, hoping that your presence will make him open up. When a man is ignoring you, the best thing you can do is give him space. Let him figure out his emotions. Let him sit with his thoughts. Let him come to terms with what he wants. But in the meantime, focus on yourself. Do not waste your energy overanalyzing his silence. Do not let his withdrawal make you doubt your worth. His behavior is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of his own internal struggles. Some men use silence as a way to test your patience. They want to see if you will chase them, if you will fight for them, if you will prove your love by staying through the uncertainty. But love should not be a test. You should not have to prove your worth by enduring neglect. If a man truly values you, he will not put you through emotional games. He will not leave you questioning where you stand in his life. When you understand that a man's silence is more about him than it is about you, you free yourself from the need to seek validation from his attention. You learn to stand firm in your worth. You realize that love is not about waiting for someone to decide if they want you. It's about choosing each other every single day. A man who is truly meant for you will recognize that love isn't found in silence. It is found in communication, effort, and presence. If a man ignores you, let him. Do not chase him. Do not beg for his attention. Let him go through whatever he needs to go through. And if he truly loves you, he will find his way back, not because you waited around for him, but because he realizes that a woman like you is worth showing up for. You deserve consistency. You deserve clarity. You deserve a love that does not leave you in doubt. And when the right man comes along, he will not make you question his feelings. He will not communicate through silence. He will communicate through action. He will show up, not disappear. He will love you in a way that does not require you to guess. And until that man comes, keep loving yourself, keep choosing yourself, because the right love will never be found in confusion. When a man ignores you, it's easy to assume the worst. You might think he's lost interest, found someone else, or no longer cares, but love is rarely that simple. Men do not always express love in ways that are obvious or comforting. Sometimes love looks like distance. Sometimes love looks like silence. And while it may hurt, it doesn't always mean he doesn't care. In fact, it might mean the exact opposite. Men and women handle emotions differently. Women tend to process their feelings through communication, seeking comfort in conversations, expressing their thoughts and looking for reassurance. Men, on the other hand, often withdraw when they are faced with strong emotions. They don't always know how to put their feelings into words, so they choose silence instead. When a man is struggling with his emotions, he might ignore the person he loves. Not because he wants to push her away, but because he doesn't know how to deal with what he's feeling. It's important to understand that when a man ignores you, it is not always a reflection of his love for you. It is often a reflection of his own fears, insecurities, and internal battles. He might be feeling overwhelmed by emotions he isn't prepared for. He might be afraid of commitment, unsure of his feelings, or questioning whether he is capable of giving you what you deserve. Instead of talking through these emotions, he chooses distance, believing that silence will help him find clarity. Some men ignore the women they love because they fear vulnerability. Love requires emotional exposure, and for many men, that is a terrifying thought. They have been conditioned to believe that showing emotion is a sign of weakness, that they must always appear strong and in control. When love makes them feel vulnerable, they withdraw, not because they don't care, but because they don't know how to navigate the intensity of their emotions. Other men ignore the women they love because they are dealing with personal struggles. He could be stressed about work, facing financial pressure, dealing with family issues, or struggling with self-doubt. Instead of leaning on you for support, he might pull away, believing that it's his burden to carry alone. He may think he's protecting you from his problems, not realizing that his silence is creating more confusion than comfort. There are also men who ignore the women they love as a test. They want to see if you will chase them, if you will fight for them, if you will prove your love by enduring their emotional distance. But love should never be a test. A relationship should not be built on uncertainty, on one person waiting while the other decides whether or not they want to be present. If a man truly values you, he will not leave you questioning where you stand in his life. If a man is ignoring you, the worst thing you can do is chase him. Chasing a man who has chosen to distance himself teaches him that he can take you for granted. It teaches him that he doesn't have to put in effort because you will always be there, waiting, regardless of how he treats you. But you deserve better than that. You deserve someone who chooses you without hesitation, someone who does not make you beg for attention or fight for his love. The best thing you can do when a man ignores you is to focus on yourself. Do not let his silence consume you. Do not spend your days analyzing his actions, replaying every conversation, wondering what you did wrong. His behavior is not a reflection of your worth. A man who truly wants you will not put you in a position where you have to question his feelings. He will not communicate his love through silence. He will make his intentions clear. Give him space if that is what he needs, but do not put your life on hold waiting for him to come back. If he truly loves you, he will realize that love is not about withdrawal, it's about connection. He will see that shutting you out does not protect the relationship, it weakens it. And if he does not return, then he was never the right man for you to begin with. A man's love should not be a guessing game. It should not leave you feeling confused, anxious, or unwanted. A man who truly cares will make sure you know where you stand. He will not ignore you for the sake of control, nor will he use silence as a way to manipulate your emotions. Love is not found in uncertainty. It is found in presence, effort, and consistency. So if he is ignoring you, let him sit with his thoughts. Let him figure out what he truly wants. But in the meantime, focus on yourself. Love yourself enough to know that you do not have to chase someone for their attention. The right man, the man who truly loves you, will never leave you questioning his feelings. He will not communicate through absence. He will communicate through action, through effort, through the simple but powerful act of showing up. You deserve clarity. You deserve respect. You deserve a love that does not require you to wonder. And when the right man comes along, you will know. Not because you had to fight for his attention, but because he made it clear from the start. Until then, keep choosing yourself. Keep loving yourself. Because the right love will never make you feel like you have to earn it. It will simply be there, steady and unwavering, just as love is meant to be. When a man truly loves you, his actions will show it. But sometimes love is expressed in ways that may not always be obvious or easy to understand. One of the most confusing and painful experiences in a relationship is when a man you care about suddenly starts ignoring you. You wonder what went wrong, what you did, or if he has lost interest. But before jumping to conclusions, it is important to understand that silence is not always a sign of indifference. In many cases, it is quite the opposite. Men and women process emotions differently. Women often seek connection through communication, expressing their thoughts and talking through problems. Men, however, tend to internalize their emotions, withdrawing into their own world rather than verbalizing what they feel. If he is ignoring you, it may not be because he does not love you. It may be because he is trying to process emotions that he does not yet understand. One of the biggest reasons a man may ignore you, even if he loves you, is fear. Love can be overwhelming, and for some men it brings out insecurities and uncertainties they never knew they had. A man might fear vulnerability, afraid that showing his emotions will make him look weak. He may have been raised to believe that men should always be strong and composed, never allowing themselves to be controlled by emotions. As a result, when he starts feeling deeply for you, he might pull away, not because he wants to lose you, but because he does not know how to handle the intensity of what he feels. Another reason a man might ignore you is self-doubt. Love requires a person to show up, to be consistent, to be someone you can rely on. If a man is struggling with his own self-worth, he might distance himself because he feels like he is not enough for you. He may think that he cannot meet your expectations or provide what you truly deserve. Instead of confronting these feelings, he withdraws, believing that keeping his distance is easier than facing his fears. Sometimes a man ignores you because he is struggling with personal battles that have nothing to do with you. He could be dealing with work stress, financial pressure, family issues, or his own emotional struggles. Men are often taught to handle problems alone, to be the provider, to carry burdens without seeking help. If he is overwhelmed, he may not want to talk about it, fearing that opening up will make him seem weak. In his mind, ignoring you is a way of protecting you from his struggles, even though it may feel like rejection to you. There are also men who ignore the women they love because they are afraid of commitment. Love comes with responsibility. It means being accountable, being present, and being ready to build something meaningful. Some men are not prepared for that level of commitment, even if they have strong feelings for you. They may ignore you as a way of creating distance, hoping that you will take the hint and lower your expectations of the relationship. Another possibility is that a man ignores you as a form of control. Some men use silence as a way to manipulate emotions, making you anxious, making you wonder what you did wrong, and making you desperate for their attention. This is not love. It is a form of emotional manipulation. If a man is ignoring you to make you chase him, to keep you uncertain, or to test your loyalty, then he is not the right man for you. True love does not leave you in a state of confusion. It does not make you question your worth. So what should you do when a man ignores you? The worst thing you can do is chase him. Do not beg for his attention. Do not send countless messages trying to figure out what is wrong. Do not sacrifice your self-respect in an attempt to make him respond. If a man truly cares about you, he will not put you in a position where you have to question his feelings. He will not make you feel like you are unimportant. Instead, focus on yourself. Do not let his silence define your worth. Spend time doing the things that make you happy. Invest in your passions, your goals, and your own well-being. When you shift your energy back to yourself, you regain your power. A man who truly loves you will notice this. He will realize that love is not about disappearing. It is about being present, even when things are difficult. Give him space if that is what he needs, but do not put your life on hold. If he truly loves you, he will come back with clarity, with understanding, and with the willingness to communicate. And if he does not return, then he was never meant to be the man for you. A man who genuinely loves you will not let silence be the thing that defines your relationship. He will not ignore you as a way to test your love. He will not make you feel uncertain about where you stand. Love should bring peace, not anxiety. It should bring security, not confusion. If a man truly values you, he will not risk losing you through silence. He will not make you guess his feelings or leave you wondering if you are important to him. He will make it clear through his actions, his consistency, and his willingness to communicate. If he is ignoring you, let him. Do not fight for a love that is unsure. Do not beg for someone to see your worth. The right man will recognize your value without you having to prove it to him. Keep your standards high. Keep your self-respect intact. Because love is not about silence. It is about showing up again and again in both words and actions. When a man ignores you, it can be one of the most confusing and frustrating experiences in a relationship. You start to question everything. Did you say something wrong? Did something change overnight? Is he losing interest? Or is there something deeper going on? The silence can feel deafening, leaving you anxious and searching for answers. But the truth is, when a man ignores you, it often has more to do with him than it does with you. Men process emotions differently than women. While women often seek comfort in conversation and connection, men tend to withdraw when they are faced with difficult emotions or situations. Ignoring you is not always a sign that he does not care. It could be a sign that he is struggling with something internally. Maybe he is feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or uncertain about his own feelings. Instead of talking through it, he chooses silence because that is what he knows. Sometimes a man ignores you because he is afraid of his own emotions. Love can be intense, and for some men it brings up fears and insecurities they are not ready to face. If he has deep feelings for you but is not prepared for the emotional responsibility that comes with love, he may distance himself rather than confront what he feels. He might not be doing it to hurt you, but rather to give himself time to process emotions that scare him. There are also men who ignore women as a defense mechanism. If he has been hurt in the past, he may associate vulnerability with pain. Instead of allowing himself to open up and trust, he pulls away as a way to protect himself. This does not mean he does not care. It means he has wounds he has not healed from. But the reality is, love requires risk. If he is not willing to take that risk, no amount of patience or effort on your part will change that. Another reason a man might ignore you is because he is unsure about what he wants. Sometimes men enter relationships without fully knowing if they are ready for commitment. At first, everything feels exciting and effortless. But as things progress, reality sets in. He starts questioning whether he is ready for something serious, whether he sees a future with you, and whether he is capable of giving you what you deserve. Instead of being honest about these doubts, he might choose to withdraw. He may think that by ignoring you, you will eventually take the hint and walk away, saving him from having to make a decision. It is also possible that he is dealing with personal struggles that have nothing to do with you. Work stress, financial problems, family issues, or personal insecurities can take a toll on a man's mental and emotional state. When he is overwhelmed, his first instinct may be to retreat into himself. He is not ignoring you because he does not love you. He is ignoring you because he does not know how to balance his struggles while maintaining a relationship. In his mind, he may think that pushing you away is a way of protecting you from his burdens. Not all men ignore women for emotional or personal reasons. Some men do it as a form of control. They know that ignoring you will make you anxious, make you wonder what you did wrong, and make you crave their attention even more. They use silence as a way to manipulate you, keeping you on edge and making you work harder for their affection. If a man is ignoring you to make you chase him, it is a sign of emotional immaturity and manipulation. True love does not play mind games. A man who genuinely cares about you will not enjoy watching you suffer in confusion. The most important thing to remember when a man ignores you is that your worth is not defined by his attention. Do not let his silence make you feel unworthy, unlovable, or undeserving of love. A man's actions are a reflection of him, not of you. If he cannot communicate, if he cannot show up consistently, if he cannot treat you with the respect and clarity you deserve, then he is not the right man for you. When a man ignores you, do not chase him. Do not send desperate messages begging for an explanation. Do not try to prove your worth by seeking his validation. If a man truly values you, he will not put you in a position where you have to question his love. Instead of waiting around for him to acknowledge you, focus on yourself. Invest your energy in your own happiness, your own goals, and your own peace. When you prioritize yourself, you regain your power. If he truly loves you, he will come back when he is ready, with clarity and the willingness to communicate. And if he does not, then you have your answer. He was never meant for you. Love should not feel like a guessing game. It should not leave you feeling anxious, confused, or neglected. It should bring security, consistency, and peace. A man who genuinely loves you will not risk losing you through silence. He will not ignore you as a way to test your love. He will not leave you in a state of uncertainty. When a man truly values you, he will make sure you know it, not through words alone, but through his actions. He will show up for you even when things get difficult. He will communicate with you even when he is struggling. He will make you feel loved, not ignored. So, if he is ignoring you, let him. Do not waste your energy trying to decode his silence. Do not let his lack of communication make you feel less than you are. Keep your self-respect. Keep your standards high. The right man will never leave you questioning where you stand. He will never make you feel like an afterthought. He will never ignore you when love should be loud, clear, and undeniable. When a man ignores you, it can feel like an emotional roller coaster. You wonder what changed, what went wrong, or what you did to deserve this treatment. It is one of the most painful things to experience, especially when you care about someone deeply. You overthink every conversation, replay every interaction, and question whether he ever truly cared. But the truth is, his silence speaks volumes. And understanding the reasons behind it can help you navigate this situation with wisdom and strength. Men often ignore women for reasons that have nothing to do with them. Sometimes a man pulls away because he is struggling with his own emotions and does not know how to handle them. Society teaches men to suppress their feelings rather than express them. When he is dealing with stress, fear, or insecurity, instead of opening up, he withdraws. He may not be ignoring you because he wants to hurt you, but because he is struggling internally and does not know how to communicate his feeling. He may feel overwhelmed, lost, or uncertain about where he stands in his life, and instead of reaching out, he chooses silence. Another reason a man may ignore you is because he is afraid of emotional intimacy. Getting close to someone requires vulnerability, and not every man is ready for that level of connection. He may care about you deeply, but the idea of fully opening up terrifies him. He may have past wounds that make him hesitant to trust. If he has been hurt before, he may believe that distancing himself is the safest option. Love for some men is not just about joy and connection, it is also about risk. If he is not willing to take that risk, he will find ways to avoid the depth of the relationship. Some men ignore women because they are unsure about their feelings. They may enjoy your presence, appreciate your qualities, and even feel something deep inside, but they do not know if they are ready for commitment. They pull away because they need time to process what they truly want. Instead of being honest about their doubts, they remain silent, hoping you will figure it out on your own. This silence can be one of the most painful experiences because it leaves you in limbo, questioning everything. But a man who genuinely values you will not leave you in a state of confusion. There are also men who ignore women as a way to gain control. They know that when they pull away, you will chase them. They use silence as a weapon to manipulate your emotions, making you work harder for their attention. If a man is ignoring you to make you feel anxious, to make you doubt yourself, or to test how much you care, it is a sign of emotional manipulation. Love should never be about control or games. A man who truly loves you will not enjoy watching you suffer in confusion. He will not ignore you to see how much you care. Instead, he will communicate, reassure, and make you feel secure in the relationship. Sometimes a man ignores you simply because he has lost interest, but does not have the courage to tell you directly. Instead of being honest, he chooses silence because it is easier than confrontation. He may hope that by ignoring you, you will eventually take the hint and walk away. It is a cowardly way to handle things, but it happens more often than people realize. If a man truly respects you, he will have the decency to communicate his feelings instead of leaving you in the dark. A man may also ignore you because he is preoccupied with other priorities. He may be focusing on his career, personal growth, or other aspects of his life. While being busy is understandable, a man who genuinely values you will never be too busy to acknowledge your presence. If he consistently ignores you and makes no effort to stay connected, then he is choosing to prioritize everything else over you. The harsh truth is that people make time for what truly matters to them. If he wanted to talk to you, he would. If he wanted to see you, he would. If he wanted to keep you in his life, he would make sure you knew it. When a man ignores you, the worst thing you can do is chase him. Do not beg for his attention. Do not send desperate messages. And do not try to prove your worth. Your value does not decrease just because someone fails to see it. The more you chase, the more power you give away. Instead of focusing on why he is ignoring you, shift your attention to yourself. Reclaim your energy. Focus on your happiness, your goals, and your self-respect. The right man will never make you feel like an option. He will never put you in a position where you have to question his love. If a man truly loves you, he will show up. He will communicate even when it is hard. He will make an effort even when life is stressful. He will not ignore you and expect you to figure things out on your own. Love is not silent. It is not confusing. It is not full of uncertainty. It is clear, consistent, and secure. The most powerful thing you can do when a man ignores you is to walk away with dignity. Do not give him the satisfaction of seeing you break. Do not wait around for his attention. If he truly values you, he will realize what he is losing and come back with clarity and effort. And if he does not, then you have your answer. He was never meant for you. Never settle for someone who makes you feel invisible. You deserve someone who listens, communicates, and values your presence. You deserve a love that is certain, not one that leaves you questioning your worth. When you stop tolerating inconsistency and silence, you open the door for someone who will cherish you completely. Keep your standards high and never let a man's silence make you forget your worth. When a man truly loves you, he will not leave you feeling confused or uncertain about where you stand in his life. He will not create distance without explanation, nor will he disappear without a word. Love is not meant to be a guessing game. A man who values you will make it known through his actions, not just his words. But if he is ignoring you, if he is withdrawing without reason, you must step back and ask yourself if this is the kind of relationship you deserve. A man ignoring you can be a sign of many things. Sometimes it means he is dealing with personal struggles that he does not know how to share. Men are often taught to suppress their emotions, to handle things on their own, and to avoid vulnerability. When life becomes overwhelming, instead of turning to the woman he loves for support, he may shut down completely. He may withdraw because he fears burdening you with his problems, or because he has been conditioned to believe that expressing emotions is a sign of weakness. In such cases, his silence is not about you, it is about his internal battles. Other times, a man ignores you because he is emotionally immature and does not know how to handle a real relationship. Love requires communication, effort, and consistency. It demands honesty, even when the conversations are difficult. If a man does not possess the emotional maturity to express himself, he will choose avoidance instead. He will ignore you instead of addressing the issues. He will remain silent rather than have an honest discussion. And if he continues to act this way, it is a sign that he is not ready for the depth and responsibility that love requires. A man may also ignore you when he is unsure of his feelings. He may enjoy your presence, appreciate your kindness, and even feel a deep attraction to you. But if he does not know what he truly wants, he will create distance. Instead of giving you clarity, he will pull away, leaving you to figure things out on your own. This behavior is not a reflection of your worth, but rather an indication that he is struggling with his own emotions. A man who truly values you will not leave you in a state of doubt. He will make his intentions clear because he understands that love is not built on uncertainty. In some cases, men ignore women because they seek control. They know that when they pull away, you will chase them. They use silence as a weapon to keep you emotionally invested. They make you question yourself, your actions, and your worth. This kind of manipulation is not love, it is a game. And the more you chase, the more power you give away. A man who genuinely cares for you will never play mind games to keep your attention. Love is about mutual respect, not emotional control. Another painful reality is that sometimes when a man ignores you, it is because he has lost interest, but does not have the courage to tell you directly. Instead of being honest, he slowly distances himself, hoping you will take the hint. He stops responding as quickly, makes excuses for why he cannot see you, and becomes increasingly unavailable. While it hurts, you must recognize that his actions are speaking louder than words. A man who respects you will give you closure, not confusion. If he does not have the decency to communicate his feelings, then he is not the kind of man you need in your life. A man might also ignore you because he is prioritizing other aspects of his life. Maybe he is focused on his career, his personal growth, or other commitments. While having ambitions is admirable, no one is ever too busy to make time for the person they care about. If he can scroll through social media, respond to other people, or engage in activities that interest him, then he can take a few moments to acknowledge you. The truth is, people make time for what truly matters to them. If he is constantly ignoring you, then you are not his priority. And you should never settle for being someone's afterthought. When a man ignores you, your instinct might be to reach out, to demand answers, or to try harder to make him see your worth. But the more you chase, the more you lower your value. A man who truly wants you in his life will not require constant pursuit. He will show up, he will communicate, he will make you feel secure. Your worth is not determined by someone else's attention. You are valuable with or without his validation. Instead of overanalyzing his silence, focus on yourself. Redirect your energy toward your own happiness. Work on your goals, invest in your passions, and surround yourself with people who appreciate you. The right man will never make you feel like you have to fight for his attention. He will never make you question his feelings. Love is not supposed to be confusing or painful. It should be clear, consistent, and reassuring. If a man truly loves you, he will not ignore you. He will not disappear without explanation. He will not leave you wondering whether or not he cares. The right man will show up, not just when it is convenient for him, but because he values you and does not want to risk losing you. If he is ignoring you, take it as a sign to walk away with dignity. Do not lower your standards to accommodate someone who does not see your worth. A man who truly loves you will never make you feel invisible. He will make sure you know, without a doubt, that you are cherished. When a man truly loves you, his actions will reflect that love, not contradict it. Love is not about uncertainty, doubt, or the silent treatment. It is about security, reassurance, and consistency. A man who genuinely cares about you will never put you in a position where you are questioning his affection or wondering where you stand in his life. If he ignores you, whether intentionally or not, it is a signal that something is wrong. There are many reasons why a man might ignore you, but none of them justify emotional neglect. Love is not something that vanishes when things get tough or inconvenient. A man who truly values you will not disappear when he is stressed, nor will he create distance as a way to handle his emotions. If he does, it is because he has not learned how to communicate effectively. And that is not a burden you should have to carry. A relationship is built on mutual understanding, and if he is unable to share his struggles with you, then you are not in a partnership. You are in a guessing game. Sometimes men ignore the women they care about because they fear emotional vulnerability. They are afraid of letting someone in, of being seen in their most unguarded state. Society often teaches men to suppress their emotions, to be strong and independent, and to handle their problems alone. As a result, they may withdraw when they are dealing with personal issues, not realizing that love thrives on openness. While it is understandable that a man may need time to process his emotions, true love does not mean shutting out the person who cares for you. If he loves you, he should be able to let you in, even when it is difficult. On the other hand, some men ignore women because they are not truly invested in the relationship. They may enjoy your company, appreciate your kindness, and even be physically attracted to you, but if they are not emotionally committed, They will create distance rather than deepen the connection. Instead of having an honest conversation, they will avoid you, hoping you will eventually walk away on your own. This kind of behavior is not love. It is cowardice. A man who truly cares will never leave you in a position where you are questioning his feelings. He will make his intentions clear because he understands that love requires certainty, not confusion. There are also men who use silence as a form of manipulation. They know that when they ignore you, you will chase them. They understand that their absence will make you desperate for their attention, and they use this to control the dynamic of the relationship. This is not love, it is emotional manipulation. A man who genuinely loves you will never make you feel like you have to earn his attention. He will not play games with your emotions. Love should never be a source of anxiety or self-doubt. It should bring you peace and confidence in knowing that you are valued. Another painful truth is that sometimes when a man ignores you, it is because he has lost interest but does not have the courage to tell you. Instead of being honest, he withdraws slowly, hoping you will take the hint. He stops making an effort, becomes distant, and gives you excuses for why he cannot see you. While it is hurtful, you must recognize that his actions are sending a clear message. A man who respects you will give you the honesty you deserve, not leave you wondering why he suddenly changed. If he does not have the decency to communicate his feelings, then he is not the kind of man you should be investing your time and energy in. There are also men who ignore the women they love because they are prioritizing other areas of their life. While having personal goals and ambitions is important, no one is ever too busy to make time for the person they truly care about. A man who values you will not ignore you while making time for everything else in his life. If he can engage in his hobbies, spend time with friends, and focus on work, then he can take a moment to acknowledge you. The truth is, people prioritize what matters to them. If he is ignoring you, then you are not a priority in his life. And you should never settle for someone who does not value you. When a man ignores you, your instinct might be to reach out to demand answers or to try harder to make him see your worth. But the more you chase, the more you diminish your own value. A man who truly wants you in his life will not require constant pursuit. He will show up. He will communicate. He will make sure you never feel neglected. Your worth is not determined by someone else's attention. You are valuable with or without his validation. Instead of focusing on why he is ignoring you, focus on yourself. Redirect your energy toward your own happiness, your own growth, and your own peace. Love should never feel like an emotional roller coaster. The right man will never make you question whether or not he cares. He will never make you feel invisible. He will never use silence as a weapon. Love is about effort, about being present, about making sure the person you care for knows just how much they mean to you. If he is ignoring you, take it as a sign to walk away with your dignity intact. Do not waste your time trying to convince someone to see your worth. The right man will never need convincing. If he truly loves you, he will not ignore you. Love is not about neglect, inconsistency, or leaving someone to wonder where they stand. When a man genuinely cares, his actions will reflect it in every possible way. Love is expressed through presence, effort, and attention, not absence, silence, and disregard. If he is ignoring you, whether intentionally or as a pattern in the relationship, it is essential to recognize that love should never feel like a guessing game. One of the hardest truths to accept is that people prioritize what matters to them. No one is ever too busy to reach out, to check in, or to make their presence known. A man who loves you will not go days without talking to you, ignoring your messages, or acting as if your existence is secondary to everything else in his life. If he is ignoring you, it is because he is choosing to, not because he is overwhelmed, busy, or caught up in obligations. If something matters to him, he will make time for it. If someone matters to him, he will never let them feel forgotten. There are many reasons a man may ignore you, but none of them justify making you feel unimportant. Some men withdraw when they are stressed or dealing with personal struggles, but love does not mean shutting someone out. Love means trusting someone enough to share what is on your heart. If he loves you, he should be able to say, "I'm going through something right now, but I want you to know it has nothing to do with you." That is communication. That is respect. That is consideration. Silence, on the other hand, is neither of those things. If he leaves you wondering, confused, or emotionally exhausted from trying to decode his behavior, then he is not loving you in a way that honors you. Another common reason men ignore women they care about is fear of emotional vulnerability. Many men are taught to suppress their emotions, to handle things alone, and to avoid expressing weakness. They may not know how to let someone in, so instead of opening up, they retreat. While this may explain why some men behave this way, it does not excuse it. A healthy relationship is built on communication and emotional availability. If he cannot meet you halfway, then you are carrying the weight of the relationship alone, and that is not sustainable. Love requires two people willing to show up, not one person constantly trying to bridge the gap. Unfortunately, there are also men who use silence as a form of manipulation. They know that ignoring you will make you seek them out, chase them, and try harder to earn their attention. They do it to control the emotional dynamic of the relationship. They do it because they know their absence will make you question yourself, make you wonder what you did wrong, make you feel desperate for their validation. This is not love. This is emotional manipulation. A man who loves you will never use silence as a weapon. He will not make you feel like you have to beg for his attention. Real love does not create insecurity, it builds security. It does not leave you doubting, it gives you certainty. Sometimes a man ignores you because he is not as invested in the relationship as you are. He may enjoy your company, appreciate your kindness, and be attracted to you, but if he is not emotionally committed, he will create distance rather than strengthen the connection. Instead of being honest about how he feels, he will fade out, leaving you to figure it out on your own. A man who respects you will never put you in this position. He will communicate his feelings, whether they are good or bad, because honesty is a sign of emotional maturity. If he does not have the decency to be upfront with you, then he does not deserve your time, your energy, or your love. There are also men who ignore women because they believe that playing hard to get will make them more desirable. They think that by being distant, they will appear more valuable, more intriguing, or more difficult to attain. But love is not about games. A man who genuinely cares about you will not test you to see how much you are willing to chase him. He will not withhold affection to create artificial desire. If he loves you, he will make it known. He will not leave you waiting, wondering, or feeling unimportant. When a man ignores you, your instinct may be to chase him, to demand answers, to fight for his attention. But the truth is, the more you chase, the more you teach him that he can treat you this way and still have access to your love. The more you tolerate inconsistency, the more he will continue to give you less than you deserve. If a man loves you, he will show up without you having to beg for his presence. He will call because he wants to hear your voice, not because you pressured him into it. He will be consistent because that is what love requires, not because you had to remind him of your worth. Instead of focusing on why he is ignoring you, shift your focus back to yourself. Your worth is not defined by a man's attention, his text, or his presence. You were whole before you met him, and you are still whole without him. Love should never make you feel like you are fighting for someone to see your value. The right man will see it without you having to prove anything. Do not let someone's silence make you question your worth. If he loves you, he will be there. If he loves you, he will communicate. If he loves you, he will make sure you never have to wonder how he feels. If he is ignoring you, take it as the sign it is. Love does not leave you feeling invisible. Love does not make you beg. Love does not ignore. If he truly loves you, he will not ignore you. Love is not built on silence, absence, or unanswered messages. Love is about presence, effort, and intentionality. When a man genuinely cares, he will never leave you questioning where you stand, second-guessing his feelings, or feeling like an afterthought in his life. A man who loves you will prioritize you, make time for you, and ensure that his actions align with his words. If he is ignoring you, whether for hours, days, or weeks, that is not love. It is avoidance, neglect, or indifference. Love does not feel like waiting for a response that never comes. It does not feel like trying to decode mixed signals. It does not feel like silence when you need reassurance. A man who truly loves you will not make you feel invisible. He will not disappear and expect you to keep holding space for him. If someone genuinely values you, they will show up consistently. They will communicate even when life gets busy, even when they are struggling, even when things are not perfect. Because love is not about convenience, it is about commitment. It is about showing up even when it is difficult. If he is ignoring you, understand that it is not because he is too busy, too overwhelmed, or too lost in his own world. It is because he is choosing to. It is because at that moment something else holds a higher priority than you. And if he consistently makes that choice, it is a sign that his love is not strong enough to sustain the relationship. A man's actions will always reveal the truth about how he feels. If he is ignoring you, take that as a clear message rather than making excuses for him. When someone genuinely cares, they do not create uncertainty. They do not make you feel like you are begging for their attention. They do not let silence stretch between you until you feel insignificant. A man who loves you will want to be connected to you. He will want to hear your voice, to check in on you, to share his world with you. He will not leave you in the dark, wondering if you mean anything to him. Because real love is not about making someone feel unimportant. It is about making them feel cherished, valued, and chosen every single day. Sometimes women hold on to the hope that if they just try harder, if they just reach out one more time, if they just wait a little longer, he will change. But love does not require, the right person will not need to be convinced to stay in your life. A man who truly loves you will not put you in a position where you have to wonder if he still cares. If he is ignoring you, it is not your job to fix it, to close the distance, or to prove your worth. Your value is not dependent on someone else's recognition of it. A man's inability to see your worth does not mean you are not valuable. It simply means he is not the right one for you. Sometimes men ignore women because they are unsure about their feelings. They may like you, but they do not love you. They may enjoy your company, but they do not see a future. Instead of being honest, they withdraw, hoping you will eventually get the message. And that is the truth you need to face. If he is ignoring you, he is already letting go. He is showing you through his silence that he is not as invested as you are. Do not waste your energy trying to hold on to someone who is not fighting to hold on to you. Other times a man ignores a woman because he enjoys the control it gives him. He knows that by being distant, he can make you anxious, make you chase, make you work harder to get his attention. This is emotional manipulation. A man who truly loves you will not play games with your emotions. He will not use silence as a way to test you, to make you insecure, or to gain power over you. Love is not about control. It is about mutual effort, mutual respect, and mutual commitment. If he is ignoring you to see how much you will chase him, walk away. A real man does not need to be chased. He steps forward willingly because he knows your worth. Many women hold on to relationships where they are ignored because they believe that love means enduring pain, waiting for someone to change, or proving their loyalty. But love should not hurt like this. Love should not leave you crying at night wondering what you did wrong. Love should not make you feel small, unseen, or unimportant. The right man will never put you in a position where you have to question whether he cares. If he loves you, he will make it known. If he loves you, he will not make you beg for his time. If he loves you, he will not ignore you. A man's silence says more than his words ever could. If he is ignoring you, let that be your answer. Let his actions show you what his words may never admit. Love should never feel like waiting for a response that never comes. It should never feel like hoping someone will change when they have already shown you who they are. If he loves you, he will not ignore you. If he is ignoring you, he is showing you where you stand in his life. Believe him, accept it, and know that you deserve better.